That's a look at this. There's a bone here on the grave. This looks like a femur to me. So today we are at the cemetery on which I'm cleaning the children's graves, and I'm going to give you a little tour of it. We're going to see some interesting graves. We're going to try to point the new candidates for cleaning, and I'm going to tell you a story about how I almost lost my brand new drone here on the second time that I ever flown it in my life. So let's go. So this cemetery is long and narrow. That's the best description that I can come up with. This cemetery is closed, meaning that there are no new burials taking place here, and the vast majority of the graves is abandoned here. Look, there's a little car here, a few of them, and this child died in 57, 6 years old. This one is old school. If it would have a grate on top of it, and it would be very similar to the ones in Romania. This one is unbelievable. Made entirely out of birch. Or is it? That's a nice craftsmanship. This is metal. This is all metal. Here someone took matters in their own hands and put 4 new crosses here. Oh, more than that. Yeah, some parents still care after 75 years. There are mostly children buried here. And a lot of the graves are from the end of the 70s. Because there was a huge outbreak of polio, which was called the Jaime Medina disease here. There were some strong winds a few days ago, so that's why you have these branches all over the place. As you can see, I have unlimited amount of candidates here for cleaning, like this 1-year-old child grave from 1950. How about this one? Okay, I'm thinking that this is our next candidate for cleaning for the next episode. I'm thinking about this one because it'll make a huge difference here. There's a sea of ferns here, and I love this portrait of this man here. There's no data, nothing. Only some, oh, I thought artificial. I'm wondering about this cross here. That will be a problem. It is tilted a little bit. And if I'll move it, I'll probably break it. We'll see. This one also looks promising. I like this Jesus here. I like jumping into the water. So why is it so neglected, you ask? Well, because as you can see, here are mostly children's graves which were buried like half a century ago, so their parents are long dead by now. And the cemetery is closed, so there's no maintenance here. So that's the result. Here's another one without anything. So this cemetery was closed due to high groundwater level. This looks better maintained. Yeah, 69, 69, 68, 67, 69, 69, 68, 69, 69, 68, 68. Wow, terrible 2 years. Let's go a little bit up. It is very weirdly inhabited, so to speak, because you have this huge blank spaces in between the quarters, which doesn't make any sense to me, but we'll never know what's the reason behind that. Just by the look of these tombstones, I can say that they are in between the 60s and 70s. Let's see if I'm right. 70, 1970. Next one. Oh, nice one from the glass. 70. That's unusual, this glass thing here. 70, 70, 70, and 1970. Although this wasn't a child, because the lady was 68 years old. Look at this tombstone. So here you have the Pavers, and these are like, I don't know the name in English. Here's a spiky cross with Jesus, also from 1970. This one is devoured completely by ivy. And another one from 1970. Like the colors here. This was painted. The design of the tombstone is also unusual. I've never been in this part. Here's a new tombstone, but the grave is from 1970. This is weird because you have this house right next to the graves, and this is another quarter, which is, I don't know what to think about it. That's a look at this. There's a bone here on the grave. But why? So this looks like a femur to me, but not human, obviously. I think that's a pig bone. I wonder why it's here. That's unusual, huh? Okay, so these ones here seems to be the last row of graves. Let's go a little bit further, just to be sure. There's some remnants of a building here. That's interesting. I'm gonna have a look, obviously. Okay, disappointing. I wonder if that was the Undertaker's house. Look how the tree is leaning here for a long time now. So this is the very end of the cemetery, and now we'll go to the very beginning. There's a big slope here, as you can see. This is all empty. So the cemetery is like half full, you can say. Here are some old children's graves. Simple ones. Just metal cross mainly, and that's it. maybe a cage occasionally, like here. These are from the 50s, 56 to be exact. This one's made out of concrete. '55. This one is modern. That's a modern form that we use before we install a tombstone. Someone taped the cross to prevent rotting, but the moisture is gathering inside anyway. Yeah. 55. This one is from 54. So it looks like the burial started on this side, because this was German cemetery. Previously, there's just one German grave left, and there's a monument in memory of the inhabitants. Such a nice view. I like this grave here, because if you stand in the right place, you can line this with this cross here, like this. And I think it's neat. Let's see how my graves are doing. Look, there's a sea of ivy here. Ivy, and everything is covered in ivy. Everything in ivy. Ah, there's a symbol here. What's that? Ah, that's a rose. Wilted rose. That's a child who died a tragic death. 18 years old. Wow. It says here, tatuś, mamusia, siostra I szwagier, which means daddy, mommy, sister, and brother-in-law. This one is entirely made out of plastic. This was a 53-year-old man, and it says that he, look at this bench here. I bet that this is like older than me. Pipes, water pipes here, and some kind of a flooring. Indestructible, like his expression here. Here's a new gravestone, 1954. Here's another plastic one. This is the only German grave left here. It has a nice sword here with oak leaves and some kind of a material wrapped around. We have a Templar's cross, if I'm not mistaken, and the name is Steinbrück, which almost sounds like Steinbrücke, which means stone bridge. It's massive. You have these pillars. There was a chain here. That's the only one left. Okay, let's check out my graves. Let's see how my graves are doing. Okay, this is not bad. I was thinking that this cleaning agent wouldn't work, but as you can see, the cross is completely clean for 1 year now, so it really works. That's the Jesus with a crunch one. Here's our Jesus. I think it doesn't look bad for 8 months of doing nothing with it. Here's one of the weirdest. Look at this. I like how this one looks. It looks a bit German. German style. Dr. Arthur Springborn. Maybe that's why. Here's another more natural looking one. It is constantly maintained, as you can see. And it looks really nice. Look, this one is full of pine cones. Here we can see a palm front with unusual, no, that's a fern leaf. These graves are from 1948, which makes sense because you have the church here and the burials probably started going from the church to the end. So the oldest grave from them all should be the closest one to the church. Let's see if I'm correct with this assumption. This one looks very old. 49. 48, died a tragic death. 60, 47, 49. It's a baby. 5 years old when he died. Maybe this one will be the oldest. $60. There's this church here. I haven't been inside yet. Let's see if the door is open. No, closed. Okay, maybe next time. 1958. It's weird that there's no fence here. Just the street, the fence starts here. Maybe they've stolen it. This here is a monument in memory of the inhabitants of the Frauendorf. We have some old gravestones here. Like this child. Hans Kaufmann. Seller. I love the font. This is interesting. This usually means marriage, and it is placed on double graves of married couples, but that's not the case here. But there's a lot of space left here, so the man died first and his wife died somewhere else probably. I love these washout portraits. Look at this one. It's a plastic case. There's a spoon behind this one. I have no idea why. Only hair left. This was a very popular shape of a gravestone in Poland in the 70s, which checks out. Although first person died in 51, this is glued. Remember this shape and you'll see it in a lot of my videos when I'm at the Polish cemeteries. I know this is chaotic, as usual. Look at this one. This one is made out of, we call them composite planks. This is a plastic flooring that you're using for decks built outside or something. I would like to tell you a story about my drone here. It was the second time in my life that I have flown a drone ever. And first thing that you need to do is to establish a landing point, which I did right here. And above it, you have the canopy of trees. So I was walking around here, flying my drone, excited that it follows me anywhere I go. Not a care in the world. And the battery started depleting, obviously. And what I didn't know is that when the battery is low enough, the drone decides to automatically return to the landing point. So I was flying somewhere around here and I saw that I have 1 bar of battery left. So I was like, okay, just this one last shot. I made this crappy shot here. And suddenly that little lady that lives inside the drone said, returning to landing point. And the drone went like, and I was like, oh, no! Barely grazing the trees,
The drone made a spectacular cinematic shot that I would never even dare to try by myself, went forward in a straight line, and then started hovering right above the landing spot. It couldn't land by itself though, because the tree branches were overlapping underneath it, and it got stuck in the air, with the controller beeping that the end is near. I was bracing myself for catching a falling brick, but somehow managed to regain the control over the drone, and with a pounding heart managed to maneuver the drone in between the branches and safely landed in the very last seconds of the battery life, which died immediately after.
And that's the whole story. I was very lucky and decades of game playing saved me. Well, that's it for today. The next time I'm here, I'm gonna do some serious grave cleaning, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.